Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Tim, with Misfit AI, and today I'm going to walk you through a really dope tutorial. Today, since we just recently installed DeepSeek, I figured this will be a great opportunity to introduce you all to a little program called Open-WebUI. And what this is going to do is this is going to act like a user interface for us, where instead of interacting directly with the command prompt whenever we're using models with Ollama. Instead, we're going to have a chat GPT like interface. So let's just go ahead and dive right into this because this is really simple, really easy. Now, one thing before we do, you must have mini conda installed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to stop right here. Look at the first link in the description, and that's going to take you to the AI system setup video. You're going to watch that video and download the one-click installer completely for free from my Patreon. All you have to do is just make a free account. You don't have to pay. Just go ahead and download that and get your AI system set up. Then go ahead and come back to this video and we'll get this user interface set up. A nice, smooth, pretty looking UI, perfect for our DeepSeek. All right, here we go. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to go and we're going to create a folder. I went ahead, you can put it anywhere you'd like, all right? And the most important thing is, remember, like I talked about, with these folders, they're acting like the lid to our Coke, okay? So right now, we have an Open-WebUI folder. And remember, no spaces, because we're using a mini-conda environment, and mini-conda cannot do something called whisper, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, and we're going to type in CMD right here in the directory, and it's going to bring up our command prompt. And now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our conda environment, and this is going to be using Python version 3.11. But for those that don't know, yes, we're using 3.10 as our global installation, but the good thing is about conda environments is they are strictly to themselves. Like I was talking about, that file, that folder is the lid on our Coke. So this version of Python 3.11, it's only applying itself to the folders in this directory. It's only applying to everything we're using within this individual conda environment. So it's not branching out and affecting other things, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to paste this in. And it's going to go ahead and start getting set up. We're going to hit yes. All right, and now we are at the point where we're gonna activate the conda environment, and we're just gonna call it Open-WebUI, just like it says here. Now, if you look right here, you see how we're in the parentheses right now? So this indicates that we're in our conda environment. Where before, if we scroll up, you'll be able to see whenever we first start out here. See how it's just D, Ollama, Text Gen AI, Web UI. You see how that is? And then we come down here. Now we have the brackets. We have the Open Web UI, then our drive location. So this is how we confirm that we're in our mini conda environment. All right. So now what we're gonna do, since we already now we activated it, now we're gonna start pip installing, and we're gonna go ahead and get all these packages installed for our Open Web UI. And this is going to take a moment. This is going to take some time. Depending on your internet connection and your speed, it may or may not go as fast as mine. I'm running on 1 gigabyte download speed with fiber, so it should be going pretty quick for me. But, your results may vary on this part. And like I said, this is really simple, really straightforward, and we're keeping it a nice, clean environment. And we're using conda, so we, like I said, we don't have to worry about this version of Python that we're installing going out and reaching out and affecting other aspects of our install. That's not a concern right now because we're using this conda environment. Now, if we were doing it in any other method, yes, we would be having some problems. Now, if you ever want to check how these things are doing, just open up your task manager, right? Like if you're like, I wonder if it's actually doing anything. So I know it's writing to my D drive. And then I look at my D drive and I'm seeing the write speed right there. So I know it's still working, it's still doing what it's supposed to do, right? All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead, since we finished installing, doing the pip install. Now, we're going to open the server by issuing this command right here. So that command is open/webui serve. Just like we opened up our Ollama earlier, right? Alright, now you see it's done its thing and it's telling you that Unicorn is running on and then this web address. So what we're going to be doing, since we know we're running this locally now, you see down here we have our list of next steps, right? And so what we're going to be running it on is this HTTP localhost, and I'll make sure to leave this in the description below. That way you don't even have to come to this website. If you don't want to, you can just go ahead and boom, just be done with it. Just look in the description, click on it once you've pip installed and got this up and running, and you're good to go. So what we're doing is just clicking on it, and now look at that. Look at that. Now we got a nice web UI, right? And then we'll just do this. We'll just do Misfit AI. And just so y'all know, this isn't actually signing into a website. This is all just locally. This is so for our own security reasons, we're creating an admin account, and boom. Now we got it done. All right. Okay, let's go. Here's our model, right? Look at this. Look how clean this is, man. I mean, just look at this. And so now we'll just, we even get suggestions. So now we can just say, tell me a fun fact. And just to prove to you that this is running locally, all right, check it out. So I'm just going to post this up right here. All right. And then we're going to have our, all right, now check it out. See how it just loaded our model up? So we didn't even have to go into Ollama because the server's already running, right, whenever we're turning on our PC. So now all we're doing is we're just having to launch the UI and just ask it a question, and it's going to fire away. Yeah, it's going to take us a moment because it's just loading up the model with the first question. Plus, you got to remember, on top of that, I am doing a full 4K recording right now. All right, we see it's thinking. So we can click this button right here and we can show it's thinking as it's going along. And look at that. There we go. Just like that. It's that simple, guys. That simple. Now, whenever you want to open this every time, right? So each time you do this, what you have to do is anytime you're wanting to launch this again, you're going to have to go back into this folder, right? So you're going to go here. And then you're going to open up your command prompt, all right? And then you're going to use activate the environment, this step right here, okay? And then after that, you're going to want to hit this step right here. And then you're going to want to go right here, and you're going to want to hit this button right here. That brings you to your local host. Or you can just do the simple thing. You see where you're at right now. You could always just bookmark it anytime you want. But these are a couple numbers options you have, and I might make a one-click installer for this, just a simple one. That way, if you decide you want to give $10 to the Patreon, instead of having to enter these each time, you would just have to just hit a start bat file and it would just launch this for you. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. My name's Tim. This is Misfits AI, and I appreciate you joining me today. Have a good one, guys.